What is up, everybody? This is Chthonian Alliance here, bringing you with a brand new video. And today we're going to be talking about the new Brandish Maiden archetype that has come out for Dark Savers, and it is actually kind of an interesting archetype. There's a lot to go over here. They kind of just dumped all the cards onto us at once, so I'm not going to be covering them all in this one video. I'm going to be covering them in multiple videos. It might take 2, maybe 3 videos. We'll see how it goes. But I want to talk about the main monster, the 2 links, and at least 2 of the spells. So let's just jump right into it. So the first card we have here is Brandishing Maiden Ray. She's a Dark Warrior effect, level 4, 1500 attack and 1500 defense. And you can only use each effect of this card once per turn. The first effect is a quick effect. Is you contribute this card. Special summon 1 Brandish Maiden monster from your extra deck to the extra monster zone. It's kind of like just. In a lot of the ways, it's kind of like what is that synchro summoning called, where you get to summon on your opponent's turn, or Excel Synchro. You get to Excel Synchro, or in this case, Excel Link Monster, or Link Summon your Link Monsters, which is kind of cool. It's really heavily focused on this one monster from what I've seen, so it might as well be kind of like that. So. The second effect is while this card is in your graveyard, if a face-up Brandish Maiden Link monster you control leaves the field by an opponent's card effect or is destroyed by battle, you can special summon this card. So kind of just immediately replaces itself with this card, which is kind of neat. I like that ability. Having the ability to just recur this whenever you feel like it after a death of one of your Link monsters, which so far there are 2. I'm going to assume that there's going to be more. But these are the first 2. The second one is Brandishing Maiden Shizuku, Water Machine Link Effect Monster, 1500 attack. It's Link 1, and the marker is top right. It requires 1 Brandish Maiden monster, except a water monster. So there might actually be more Brandishing Maidens. But right now it just seems like this is just an engine, and you only special summon this card once per turn. It has 2 effects. The first effect is monsters your opponent controls lose 100 attack and defense for each spell card in your graveyard. There's a lot of spell cards, so don't worry about this effect. Your opponent's going to be losing a lot of attack with this effect, so do keep that in mind. The second effect is once per turn. During the end phase, if this card was special summoned during this turn, you can add 1 Brandishing spell card from your deck to your hand. That does not share the same name. That does not share a name with the card in your extra deck. Or in the graveyard, excuse me. There's a lot of cards that are like that. There's a lot of like I said, there's a lot of spell cards, so there's a very good possibility that you will search off something that's kind of useful at the given time. A lot of them are quick plays, so there's always that. So, but it's a pretty cool effect. Having the ability to just search out a spell card is pretty cool. And it doesn't specify what kind of spell card, so we're pretty cool on there. And the second one is Brandishing Maiden Kagiri. The Fire Machine Link Monster, Link 1, 1500 attack, and the marker is top left this time. And it requires 1 Brandishing Maiden, except the Fire Monster. So again, I'm kind of leaning towards that there might be more Brandishing Maidens, that we can't use Fire Brandishing Maiden, etc., but you can use this card, you can use the Fire one to summon the Water one, yada yada yada. It's really kind of just an interesting thing. This Link Monster has 2 effects. If this card is special summoned, you can target 1 Brandishing Maiden spell card in your graveyard and add it to your hand. That's actually just a pretty good effect overall. I think it's actually a lot better than this one in many ways, because you're going to have a lot of these in your graveyard. So having the ability to just recur them whenever you want is pretty cool. This card gains 100 attack for each spell card in your graveyard. Again, you're going to have a lot of spell cards in your graveyard, so this is very good. Very good. And it's spell cards in general. Same thing with this one, which means that there's a lot of stun potential with this deck. So, and here are the 2 spells that I want to talk about. One of them, this is called Brandish Skill Afterburner, normal spell card. It only has 1 effect. If there are no monsters in your main monster zone, target 1 face-up monster on the field, destroy it. Then, if there are 3 or more spell cards in your graveyard, you can destroy 1 spell or trap card on the field. So basically, this is actually really cool, because in specific specific decks like I could feasibly see this card in World Chalice to target a monster, then you get you get a free pop. Otherwise, this is just generic free pop anyway. That's really good as long as you just control the monsters in your main monster zone, right? And then if you have 3 or more spell cards in your graveyard, which is very easy to do in a lot of decks actually, you can just straight up pop your opponent's spell card. It's not a replacement for like Cosmic Cyclone or anything like that, but it just does a little bit more. It's not a quick play, which is kind of sad, but it is really cool that you have this kind of spot removal. And the second spell card that we're going to talk about today is Brandish Startup Engage. Again, a normal spell, only one effect. The first effect and the only effect is if there are no monsters in your main monster zone, add 1 brandishing card from your deck to your hand except this card. Then if there are 3 or more spell cards in your graveyard, you get to draw 1 card. So this card adds pretty much any of the spell cards. It also adds the Maiden if you want to get the Maiden, and then you get the draw card. It kind of essentially draws 2 cards in a lot of ways if you have 3 or more spell cards in your graveyard. So it's really neat in that way. Thin your deck twice, you shuffle, then you draw a card. And I think in all situations, I think in this deck specifically, if you're going to play a pure variant of this deck, and even if you're not, you might play 3 of this card because of how powerful it is just to thin your deck. So yeah, this could be like a potentially really good, like better upstart in many ways. Upstart Goblin. So if you guys did enjoy, please leave a comment in the comment section down below. I will see you guys in the next video. This has been Chasonian Lawrence signing out.